I've never done a full Hogwarts tour, and with it being a brand new year, I thought, why not? Let's give it a shot. Let's do a tour of my main Hogwarts map. And this is what I've been building for the majority of 2020. It's been my main Minecraft project, and it's been the center of my YouTube channel. And I just want to say right now, thank you so much for the support I've received over the past year. It has been absolutely crazy. We started off 2020 on 271 subscribers, and we ended it on 7,700, which is absolutely mental. So thank you guys so much for that. And so this all started off on the 16th of February 2019 when I started my first ever video on this YouTube channel. And my gosh, it was absolutely terrible, if I must be honest. But that kicked it off. That kicked off my Hogwarts building series. And now, almost 700 days later, this is where we got to. And I'm so happy with how my Hogwarts has turned out. And I'd like to say thank you to absolutely everyone who has supported me along the way. Your support has been incredible, and it has kept me going all of this time. So thank you guys so much. And so today, I am going to be doing a quick tour of the exterior of my build, since the interior is not quite ready yet. It's almost done, but it's not quite there. And so anyway, let's get straight into it. And so the first place you come to at Hogwarts is of course the boathouse, which is where you arrive in your first year. And so I've built the Half-Blood Prince model of Hogwarts, which is the one shown at Warner Bros. Video Tour in London. And then as we walk up the stairs, we approach the Viaduct Courtyard. And my gosh, the boathouse staircase was an absolute pain to make. All of these awkward angles at all these different elevations made it very hard to make, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. And then we go up the staircase, which takes us to the Viaduct Courtyard. And I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. I did create some custom models for the gargoyles, and they look alright. I might redo them. But this is the Viaduct Courtyard, which of course goes into the Great Hall. And this in fact is the second design I have made for the Great Hall, the first one being the one I showed in the tutorial, and the second one being my new updated design, which I feel is much more accurate, but also I just wanted something unique, something different to the design I showed in the tutorial, that I could call mine on my own unique Hogwarts map. And then of course, this leads us into the West Wing. And so if you don't know, Hogwarts is split into two main wings, the East Wing and the West Wing, though fun fact, that way's north. So technically it should be the South and the North Wing, but for some reason it's called the East and the West Wing. And some of the main features of the West Wing are of course the North Tower, which is where Harry takes divination, the Clock Tower, which is one of my favourite places in Hogwarts. I just think it's so beautiful and so prominent, and then of course Gryffindor Tower over here. And then in the centre of the West Wing, we do have the Quad, which is this mysterious place that's never really shown in the films. It's only really shown in overarching shots, and it's never shown in any detail. And that makes this place rather difficult to build, since the only reference we have is from the video games, and thankfully the Order of the Phoenix video game does provide some nice angles which we can use as reference. And then the Quad Tower takes us over into the Clock Tower, which is, as I've said, my favourite place in the entirety of Hogwarts, and I just love its atmosphere so much, especially the Clock Tower Courtyard, which is shown as a rundown, crumbling courtyard, and I think it looks absolutely beautiful. And I do have some custom models. We do have the eagles and of course the fountain with some nice particle effects. And the Clock Tower Courtyard nicely joins onto the wooden bridge, which takes us all the way down to Hagrid's hut. And I still need to redo some of the landscaping around Hagrid's hut after I raised the entire of the West Wing, which did affect some of the landscaping quite a bit. Close by we do have the Whomping Willow, which provides a lovely angle in my opinion of the West Wing and the Clock Tower. And then, standing high on its isolated rock, we do have the Owlery, which overlooks the West Wing and the East Wing. And then coming down from the Owlery, it takes us nicely into the chasm between the East Wing and the West Wing, which has the suspension bridge and the stone bridge and the viaduct connecting the two wings together. And so that takes us very nicely into the East Wing. And so the main face of the East Wing is of course the viaduct entrance, which is the first thing we build in my Hogwarts tutorial. And over the times, I've redone it so many times. It used to be an absolutely tiny building on my map until I realised it had to be much, much bigger. And then of course it takes us into the Long Gallery, which of course is inspired of Durham Cathedral in England. And we have the Central Tower, the Long Gallery itself, and then of course the bell towers at the back. And once again, these are all updated designs from the ones I showed in the tutorial, which are once again a bit more accurate and also just a bit more unique to my own Hogwarts. And then at the bottom, we do have the greenhouses and the greenhouse dome, and of course the Warders Tower, which is off Alnwick Castle in England, and then the Training Grounds Tower, and then the ruins at the back. And I absolutely love the ruins so much. I think that's such a beautiful place and have an absolutely stunning atmosphere, and they do provide for some very nice angles of the back of the East Wing. And just like the West Wing, the East Wing does have a courtyard of its own, which is the Transfiguration Courtyard, which is heavily inspired of Durham Cathedral, and it was in fact filmed there in the first few films. And I had great fun designing the models for the fences and the gargoyles to make this nice curved aesthetic look of the cloisters that surround the courtyard. And then, one of the centerpieces of the East Wing in my opinion is the Astronomy Tower. And once again, this is a slightly updated design to the one I showed in the tutorial, however it is very similar. And of course this is where Dumbledore dies, and in my opinion, I absolutely love the architecture of the Astronomy Tower. It's quite unique, and of course it was slightly inspired of the GADA Tower, which was removed after the 5th film, but I also think it's unique as well with the turreted design at the back, which of course is where Dumbledore dies. And then leaving the East Wing takes us down to the Quidditch Pitch. And I have not updated the Quidditch Pitch since I built it originally in my first series, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out originally. I might do the occasional tweak on the patterns on the towers, but overall I'm very happy with how it turned out, and the only thing I really need to change is the landscaping surrounding it. I built the Quidditch Pitch over a few live streams, and it was incredibly fun to build, however it was rather repetitive, however thanks to WordEdit, it did make the job a lot easier. And then in my opinion, one of my favourite aspects of the landscape around it is this Bredy River landscape, which is shown first in Buckbeak's Flight. And I absolutely love it, and I had great fun trying to make that braided look of the stream, and I think it turned out rather well. And then this takes us to the surrounding landscape of Hogwarts, which consists of the Forbidden Forest, and it's alright, it does need some work. It's definitely not 100% complete. Obviously some of the landscaping is very, very rough, and the forest, it could do some work on, and I definitely will polish it up later this year. And then of course we come to the Great Lake itself, which isn't too great, it's only about 4 blocks deep, but does have some extremely tall mountains surrounding on either side to pull off that Scottish Highland Loch look, which of course is where Hogwarts is meant to be situated. And so that was a very quick tour of my Hogwarts map, and do let me know if you enjoyed this new format video, and let me know down in the comment section if you would like more world tours later in the year. But of course this world is in constant development, I do tweak it almost every day, and world downloads are available for my Patreon members, however a free world download will be available once the map is complete. And so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and I wish you guys a very happy new year.